Here's a great question that came in from the Darren Daily community. This person wrote, how do you say no to your boss? Isn't that a little like biting the hand that feeds you? Okay, that's a great question. First off, it is a good idea to have a healthy respect for the one who signs your paychecks. And it is called the, quote, the care and feeding of the goose who lays the golden eggs. And if you are self-employed, that goose is a client. So we all have bosses. Understand up front. Number one, all the boss or client wants is the maximum result possible and as fast as possible. And number two, they probably have no idea what else is also on your plate, competing for priority. It is your job to enlighten them to both and to put them in control of the choice. That is called boss or client management. Here's a big key. Respond to any request from the boss or client, always with an enthusiastic yes. Let me explain. Let's say the boss sends you an email, walks into your office, or stops by your cubicle to assign you a new project. Your response to the new task is, of course, I'm happy to do that. I was going to be spending the next few hours working on project X that you asked me to do. Do you want me to push that deadline off to work on this instead? Or, of course, I'm happy to do that. My top 3 priorities for the rest of the week are X, Y, and Z. Which does this trump? I can eventually get to them all. I just need to know your preferred priority for this week's deliverables. So I repeat the reminders. Number one, they want the maximum results too. And number two, they have no idea what else is on your plate competing for priority. So number 3, they will continue to feed you things until you enlighten them. That's their job. And if you keep taking on more and more, becoming overwhelmed and stressed while suffering in silence, that is your fault. Everyone understands that there are only so many hours in a day and days in a work week. It is your job to help them identify their choice for what is the highest priority and best use of your valuable time and focus. Now, what if you have multiple bosses who have competing agendas? I knew you were going to ask that. Okay, let's say that you are assigned something new by one of them. Respond with, of course, I'm happy to do that. Right now, I'm working on a high priority project for boss X. Do you want to contact them to tell them you want me to prioritize this over their project? I could do it and CC you if you prefer, or I could get to this immediately after I finish with theirs. You tell me. This even works with a client. You can say, of course, I'm happy to do that. Right now, I'm working on a high priority project for client X. I will get to this immediately after I finish with theirs. Does that work? Again, all you're doing here is enlightening everyone to your project load and priorities. They still feel in control of the choice, but now they can choose with better context and make the choice that will deliver on what everyone wants. Maximum results as fast as possible. I hope that helps. I went around the corner to Seaside Market today, and I was literally there for like only 5 minutes. When I came out, there was a state trooper writing a parking ticket for being in a handicap spot. When I saw the car, I went up to him and I said, "Hey, come on, buddy, how about giving a guy a break?" He ignored me, continued writing the ticket. So I called him a pencil-neck cop. He glared at me and started to write another ticket for worn tires. So then I asked him if his psychiatrist makes him lie face down on the couch because he's so ugly. He finished the second ticket and put it on the windshield with the first. Then he started writing a third ticket. This went on until he had placed 5 tickets on the windshield. The more I insulted him, the more tickets he wrote. I didn't care though, because my car was parked 3 spaces over. It was my neighbor's car, the guy who wouldn't cut his damn bamboo trees that shower leaves all over my yard. Hey, you need a new roof? If so, let me recommend my cousin's all-female company. Yeah, they're called All the Shingle Ladies. All the Shingle Ladies. Look, I forgot to tell you, just before we got started, I killed the biggest mouse you've ever seen. Yeah, it sucks because now I'm banned from Disneyland for life. Look, I'm not goofy, you're goofy. Have a great weekend, everyone. See you on the flip side.